Yeah, so beautiful being with you all. Mm. Yeah, let's drop into this field together. Mm. And just gently opening to whatever's here. With curiosity, allowing ourselves to be surprised by whatever we're noticing in the field of experience. It's never what we think it is, never what we imagine. And just allowing awareness to drop all the way down. And allowing the breath to come from the root, the base of the torso. Allowing everything to be released in the out breath. Not needing to hold anything in. Every bit of our aliveness gets to be here. Feel free to allow the out breath through the mouth. Nothing needs to be controlled or censored. And you can allow the body to move with the experience, to vibrate. We're not trying to find the one fixed position or the one fixed experience. And just allowing the natural breath We get to be here, we get to breathe. We don't need to control our experience. And just lovingly bringing attention to any place that's holding, any place that's struggling or working hard. Not making these experiences wrong. Just allowing them to be touched by awareness. Just allowing everything to unfold however it wants to. There's nothing that should be happening, nothing that shouldn't be happening. And just allowing everything to be included in awareness. Even the thoughts about what we should or shouldn't be experiencing. Even judgments of our experience. And you can just notice how everything's happening all by itself. It's innocently arising. None of our experiences make us bad, or make us unspiritual, or unenlightened. There's so much space for all these experiences. You can just notice how spacious we are. And completely including experiences of tightness or contraction. Nothing reduces or damages this space. Notice how awareness has no agenda, no timetable. There's no problem with anything that's here. Even thoughts that there is a problem. Every part of us gets to be here. Every dimension of experience. And even experiences that we habitually reject. Even the feelings we imagine to be wrong, bad. And no part of our experience needs to be rejected, abandoned. Even the most intense feelings. We're invited to be intimate with all of this. To allow awareness into all the layers. All the different life energies get to be here, all the different vibrations. It's safe to feel fear, anxiety. Not needing anything to change. So much space for everything to unfold naturally. The intelligence here is so much greater than our minds. It's allowing ourselves to experience all the different movements of life. Even the depths of sadness, of grief. Even the fire of anger, frustration, rage. Even desire, longing. None of these experiences are forbidden. None of them make us wrong. None of them define us. And we get to be here for every movement of life, every shade, every flavor. Taking us beyond everything we've known, confounding every image of self. Endlessly surprising. It's not a mistake that we're not in control. It's not a failing that we don't know what we'll experience next. So vast, so open. And we can just allow ourselves to notice that we're in this together. Just opening to the other beings here with us. Now, when you're willing, I just invite you to allow your eyes to open. Now, without leaving anything behind, just including the visual field. And I'd love to open this space for you to share whatever's alive for you, whatever's showing up for you right now. And just invite everyone to, be with the people as they share. Allow yourself to feel what's happening. And not as a spectator, but really inside, intimate. We're each such gifts for each other. Yeah, Annie. Mm.
Hi, everybody. Boy, when I woke up this morning, I knew I signed up for the class just this morning because I was with something I just couldn't be with by myself. And so I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
To be able to be here and with all of you, to be feeling all of that.
I'm so happy you're with us.
Thanks.
Mm.
So many times when I've been with you before, Adam, with groups, and I was listening to, of course, what you were offering. I'd be struggling with something maybe darker, denser, whatever, something. And this time it just felt like, like just opening. And,
Mm.
as challenging as dark and, whatever I might deem shameful to feel, opening is maybe different, but equally as difficult. Opening to my own love is as challenging to me as being with like nasty thoughts. and maybe I don't know. So it's just so challenging for me to be with my own love
Mm.
and to and I'm so grateful. Like, I cried the entire time because my heart just kept opening, my whole body just kept opening and opening, sitting here with everyone. And then I heard you say, letting awareness move into the layers, and I was like, oh my goodness, right? There's layers of this, and and that just kept opening more. And um, boy, to the point where I felt like a newborn baby, like, oh, this is what newborn babies feel like, all in my body, and how this frightens me so much at the same time. And I'm afraid of it, but I'm not really afraid of it. Like, well, I guess a part of me is afraid of it. And of course I want it. And so both those things are happening at the same time. And that's like birth, right? Like this contraction and this opening toward life. And it's just, you, and I heard, like, I could, through all this, I just kept hearing your words, and like I heard the word intense, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like it's so intense to open into this moment. It's just not how I live every day, and it's just like, boy, it's a different frequency, and I think this is what it must have been like, and I just forgot, like, when we're first born, when I'm a child, like everything is so alive and so beautiful and just so frightening at the same time. And it's just, oh. And my mind keeps saying things like, well, how am I gonna do anything today? And it's just like, oh, I don't have anything to do today, like I don't have anything to do anyway. And so, because like there's just something about, I guess something wants to manage all of the energy of it. Lots of fears come in around it, but I just keep trying to feel the field again, just come into the field again, connect with you guys again. That helps ground me again from the fear thoughts that come in around it.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful the way you're just seeing them as fear thoughts. Like it's like, oh, that's absurd. It's like I don't have anything to do. It's like, you can sort of feel how it's like trying to like project some threat. Something you've got to shut down. You've got to shut down.
Yes, well, it's on the scale from absurd to, well, maybe, so it goes between the two different scales. But yeah, absolutely. Well, I think the thing that makes that possible is just how beautiful it is. Like just to keep tuning into the beauty of it, and like tuning not out of necessarily, but just, I don't know how, whatever. Yeah, I mostly just want to be with it. So thank you for, I felt like if I didn't share now, I wasn't going to share it all. So thank you everybody for listening and being here today. Thank you.
Yeah, I just so love the way you're articulating that, the call of the heart, the call to open, you know, like how much we want that, how much we love that, and like and how that takes us through all the fears, all the fear conditioning, all the survival conditioning, and it shows up, you know, as we open and we get to feel the intensity of that fear. And it's like it's like when we allow it to be felt, like when we don't believe that it's really threatening, that it's really dangerous, you know, when we see through the sort of the projections of like there is a threat, there must be a threat, you know. It's like we can just be with all of this. We can be with the intensity. We can be with the vibrations.
Well, I think the only thing that enabled that was just the beauty of it, you know, just to, like had this hold on the beauty of it. And it really feels like going through a birth canal. Like it, honestly, it just feels like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can really feel it as you're sharing. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mm, mm,
Thank
mm. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Beautiful. Mm. Yeah, Janine.
On mute. Oh, it's lovely to be here. Thank you. And thank you, Annie, for what you were saying. The experience I've got going on at the minute is, it's like my head is open, so I can feel, I just feel this lovely, like light shooting out of the top of my head.
Mm.
But then in my stomach, I've got this pain in my stomach. And it's kind of like two things are going on at once. So there's this gorgeous opening up in my head,
Yeah.
but then there's this quite intense pain in my, particularly on my left side. You know, it's been rumbling around for a couple of weeks, but yeah. So there's a sort of,
And how beautiful that you can hold both. You know, like that you're aware that both are happening. You know, so often like we want to grab a narrative, like this is what the story is, this is what's happening, but it's like, but actually there's so much happening all the time, so many different experiences.
and the one in my stomach is the one I'm curious about, because it's a bit like Annie was saying with the birthing. It's that kind of birthing, shooting kind of pain. You know, that's kind of a bit like, is this okay? Am I going to be okay? Whilst this other thing is streaming gorgeousness.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, so beautiful. Yeah, just to like notice that, like bringing loving awareness to that one that doesn't know if it's going to be okay. It's like, yeah, just the energetic of it, just letting it unfold how it wants to.
Yeah, it's
Totally safe to feel it. So alive.
it's really weird because my head's just going. It's a real conditioning. My mum died at this age. The age I am now was when my mum died, and there's this fear that I'm gonna, you know, there's something growing or in me that I'm not gonna survive, and it really annoys. You know, it's just
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, and the fear of like what we don't know, it's like it's just like that's why the fear projections can just endlessly create themselves, you know. So when there's fear here, we can just endlessly create threats. There's no way to like, once they've investigated that threat, then it'll all be good, you know, like we can, you know, bury ourselves in our underground bunker and all the rest of it with like canned goods, and it's still like, you might get a heart attack, you know. Like there's no way to like guarantee the next moment ever.
Mm. Mm.
You just so get to be with the energy, just that place that's like contracting and so alive. Yeah. So vital.
Yeah.
Yeah, just no demand at all that it be different, that it stop.
I didn't hear that. Sorry.
No demand that it be different or that it stop. You know, like just really letting it unfold the way that it wants to. No, we don't need to reject this place. So much space for it. What are you noticing now?
Sorry.
What are you noticing now?
Oh, I know what. It changed. Something just changed in its intensity. I think it liked that it wasn't going to be kicked out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a problem at all.
Yeah, and it's moved. It's just right in the center of me.
Mm.
So it's moved from the left to absolutely the center.
Beautiful.
And it's like there's a real feeling of it's like in my feet. You know, am I going to be on? And am I going to walk on the earth and be here, or am I going to, you know, go somewhere else? It's got that quality of am I going to live on the earth, or am I going to go somewhere else? It's got that flippiness.
Yeah, so beautiful just to feel the vibration of it the way you are. So beautiful. Yeah, it so gets to have this loving attention.
It's a bit like a mom talking to a little baby, going, "It's okay, you can stay." Do you know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so often we abandon ourselves here.
And then I start worrying, I'm taking up too much time, you know, I'm trying to speed up the process.
So it's so much space, so much time. You know, just notice how awareness does not care about time at all. There's zero agenda. You know, there's no problem here. There's nothing we need to get to. Nothing that needs to happen. Actually, right here with this right now.
It's funny, it's changing. It's like it's flattening out and getting cooler.
Yeah, it has to unfold however it wants to. What are you noticing now?
I'm just so grateful you're with me. That's what I'm noticing. It's just like, oh, yeah, someone's with me in this.
Yeah, we so get to have company in these places. So good. Yeah, so often we imagine that no one will want to be here with us. No one will want to feel this.
What do you feel where you are?
I feel this sort of like almost like this cradling, like being cradled in love. There's yeah, sort of like a weight, like just below the navel, like a. It's not a heavy weight. It's just like a yeah, just like a something. What are you noticing?
It's exactly where you say. It's that place sort of below my navel to my pubic bone. It's sort of in that, and it's smoothing out.
Mm.
Whereas before it was a really sharp pain. This is like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's kind of smoothing.
Mm.
And when you said cradling, you know when you hold little babies and you hold your hand on their belly, just in
Mm.
that, and then you can rock them, and their limbs fall over your arms. I've sort of got that feeling in my
Mm.
being held. It's
Mm.
really kind of cute.
Mm.
Yeah, my jaw's kind of going, ah, ah.
Yeah, you get to be here. You get to be held in love. every part of you.
It's funny, so part of me wants to yell, a part of me wants to cry, and a part of me is just like, oh, this is just so nice. I don't want to waste my energy doing anything else.
Yeah, it's like space for all these different forms of aliveness. They all get to be here.
It's funny, what has come in is that idea of, you know, people will only give you attention if you're crying or screaming or yelling or talking. Do you know they won't just be with you?
Yeah, it's so wonderful to have the experience of company without having to produce anything, without having to perform anything. You're already enough, already lovable. Already totally valid as we are. You know, nothing needs to be different.
I got that.
Oh, so lovely being with you, Janine.
Oh, you're an angel. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone.
Beautiful. Alex.
Hey, Adam.
Hi.
It's good to be here with you.
Yeah, great to be here with you.
You know, I was thinking, I'm just feeling so much right now. I'm just so scared to be with it.
Safe to feel. It's really safe to feel it. Yeah, just and to totally let the fear be there. Like bringing loving attention to that layer of experience. Nothing you have to make happen, nothing you have to push through. It's such a blessing to even notice like how scared we are. You know, so often we're like running around and we're just like totally unconscious of like how much fear there is in the system. So beautiful to bring loving awareness to it. Yeah, not making it wrong.
Yeah. body is just like trembling.
Yeah. So good. Yeah, let it tremble and shake as much as it wants to. And a natural vibration. So alive.
And like my mind is really hard on me. It's like I shouldn't be feeling this. Like I should be past this.
What shouldn't you be feeling?
Just the fear.
And why shouldn't you be feeling it?
I don't know. I guess like, you know, I've been practicing for my mind says like I've been practicing for so long, so I should be past this or whatever.
It's kind of like that we're constantly being invited to this edge of where it's scary, you know, like so as certain, you know, we move through certain fears, and it's like we're being invited to the next edge. We're invited to open further. It's not a sign that something's gone wrong or that something is wrong with you.
Yeah, I've really been having a lot of release lately.
Wonderful.
Like a couple of weeks ago, it was just about 2 weeks ago, it was more powerful than it's ever been. My whole body was just shaking from head to toe.
It's so good when it comes into consciousness like that. So often these places are just like locked in the body. We just like never want to go back there, never want to experience it. Like we're organized not to feel these places. So good to tap them. So much life energy. We don't have to shut down. We don't have to hold it all in. Feels so good just to let the body move with it.
There's like such a strong urge to dissociate from it and to not let it be seen in front of other people. It's like so scary to have it with people.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah, it's so great to notice. So wonderful. Like just to see the conditioning that clearly. To see the shame that clearly. It's like, and part of you knows it's safe, you know, which is why you put your hand up, you know. It's like you have enough resource to actually, you know, to show up here, to show yourself. It's so beautiful. There's this weird thing where like part of you knows it's safe and part of you is like totally freaking out. Like, wow, look at all the terror here. And part of me really believes it's going to die. This is a terrible mistake.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ah.
Yeah, there's so much grief.
Mm. Mm. So good to feel. And just allow yourself to drop in there. Let awareness touch it. And I'm right here with you. Yeah, you so get to be here. All of this gets to be here. And it gets to breathe. Gets to be expressed. Gets to shake. Gets to vibrate. What are you noticing now?
I just want to run away from it.
Yeah, so good to see it. So good. Is there a fear projection coming up? Like a belief or image?
Yeah. Um, just like you know, you moved away from the Sangha, like you missed your chance, like you're never gonna work this out.
You're right here, right now, in Sangha. So loved. And the thing about meeting these places, we just have no idea what's there. You know, it's like we have no idea. It just feels terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, like I had no idea that all this was here before I raised my hand. Something was just like, raise your hand.
Yeah, so good. Such a powerful resource to to know that it's safe, to know that it's makes sense to reach out when this is here.
Yeah, something is just not giving up on it.
And like really noticing that place that's not giving up, like just bringing loving attention to it without any demand that it be different. So alive, so much life energy here. So good, so vital. And even though it seems like it might kill you, it's not going to. Even though it seems like it's not allowed, it totally is.
It's like there's that one that's like, it's like this isn't safe. And it's like I've been trusting that one more than other people. Like subpersonality, I guess. It's like that, like I've never been safe around people in my entire life. And so that one, it's like it's always been like my advocate. You know,
Yeah, and the thing is, it was really useful at a certain point in your life. You really needed that voice. You really needed that subpersonality. It made so much sense. It kept you safe. It really served a function.
yeah.
And it's still here, like with the same message, even though you are like totally safe here. Yeah. But it's not bad. It's just, it's like so innocent, so innocent. It's just a message from yesterday. It's not updated yet. And you so get to feel it in your body. You know, it's like the body learns. It just takes a while to acclimatize to a new situation. It's totally normal to feel all this, to feel all the terror. Like your body sort of screaming at you, like run away, shut this down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no other way through but for feeling it, by letting it be felt, letting it be as intense as it wants to be. What are you noticing now?
My mind's just like, all right, it's time to Time to be done now. Taking up too much time.
Yeah, so relentlessly making you wrong. Making your experience wrong.
Yeah. It is relentless.
Yeah, you so get to be here. Yeah, and being with you here is like such an opportunity for us to meet this places in us that are scared. Like you're modeling how to do it. You're inviting us into this place. So beautiful.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, just check in. Like, does it really feel like it's enough? Like, where's that thank you coming from? And there's no pressure or pushing. Like you don't have to take more than it feels right to you right now. But at the same point, to not, you don't have to believe the shame story that says you don't deserve this.
Yeah, it's very intense.
Yeah. Yeah, so welcome. So welcome here. It really gets to breathe, it gets to express, it gets to be here. Now, what's happening now?
It's still shaking.
Yeah.
It's just waiting for it for us to stop.
Yeah, it's totally safe to be here, totally safe to shake.
There's like that pushing. It's like my first instinct is just push on it, get rid of it.
Yeah,
It's difficult to just not have an agenda with it.
yeah. Yeah, so good to see that conditioning. Yeah. You know, this just deserves so much space, so much love. No pressure, no push. Nothing needs to happen. It's so not a problem to be shaking like this, to be feeling this. So not a problem. Doesn't mean something's going to happen. And it's so wonderful that you're aware of like the conditioning, like the shame thoughts, the fear projections. Like it's so great. So powerful to be unpacking those as they come up in this place. Now, what are you noticing now?
It's just still shaking.
Yeah. How does it feel when you connect with me? What happens there?
Um, it just gets that like defender part just kind of gets scared, and then there's like a shame about that part.
Yeah, it's so, again, like so beautiful just to notice it. Yeah. So gets to be here. There's no demand that it change. No demand. It's just so beautiful how your system is just like totally like allowing itself to feel this. You know, and there's like a natural titration, like, you know, so you're just like keeping your eyes closed because it's a little too much to make eye contact. You know, it's like beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, no demand, no need to push through anything. It's like just like feeling this layer and like letting it relax in its own time, letting it unfold in its own time. No threat here. Nothing that needs to happen. Yeah. No, so lovely being in here with you, Alex. Yeah.
Thank you, Adam.
Mm. Yeah, so good, so good. So really like trusting the organic nature of your unfolding. So we so get to do that. The mind has so many ideas about what should and shouldn't be here and what should happen next and what we should feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Just like that, the way you're just being aware of what's happening in the body, like letting it move. So beautiful. And then noticing all the projections and all the judgments and all the agendas that come up. So good. Yeah, and just to let yourself feel how you're still right with us, still in Sangha, still in the love, still connected.
Yeah.
And totally available still. So if you want to raise your hand later on the call, feel free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Alex. Mm. Mm. Sarah, do you know who's next? There were several hands up, right?
Brian was next.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Adam.
Hi.
Hi, everyone else. Just wishing all of you well, and yeah, I feel like I'm starting the same way. There's just so much being felt, and it's almost like beyond any kind of, I mean, there are themes and stories, and
Yeah, and
there's
just
also just so much like, yeah, just so much like raw fear.
yeah, so good to notice that. So good. And just like really letting yourself be here, like, you know, like in the truth of our experience, without any need to justify, any need for a storyline, even. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, as soon as you say, I just notice this resistance to, if I'm really here, then I'll really feel the terror, and I'll really, and then, yeah, it's almost like if I really feel the terror, then I'm never gonna want to come back to the present moment again. You know, it's like I'm fighting it off, and
Yeah, it's so great to see that projection. It's like there are experiences we have where we just like, you know, walled it off, you know, it's like.
yeah, and it's just like, I feel myself like I want to, like I'm shifting my position because I just want to like,
So good.
like it's just like this child like doesn't want to be doesn't want to be so terrified anymore, you know. Yeah, just like, yeah, I just want to be able to like relax and let things go and let things be what they are.
Yeah, and just like really let yourself feel the terror. It's so innocent. It so wants to be felt. So wants loving company, loving presence. It's not actually dangerous. It's not actually life-threatening to feel. It's just sensations, just energies.
You know, it's almost like fully feeling the fear, like gives energy to the story behind it.
Mm.
You know, it's like this story that like I'm about to die, you know, alone and like be cast off into hell, and it's like by feeling the fear, it's like, oh my gosh, is it that real? Is that reality as real as this fear is?
Yeah, those projections are totally false. You're not going to die. You're not going to be cast off into hell. You're not going to be rejected or thrown out. And it's so great. It's so great that you're seeing them. So great that those, you know, that they become so vivid. You know, that you're able to see them.
Yeah. They feel just, yeah, it's like there's a strong urge to just get away from them.
Yeah.
And then also just like the futility of trying to get away from them. It's like, oh, they're not going anywhere here. They're here.
And the terror in the body makes them feel so convincing.
Yeah.
Like we sort of imagine that hell lives on the other side of feeling this, you know, but it's not true. Not true at all.
Yeah, it's like I've been fearing that for so long, like taking the fear of like stepping through that door, and I know that there's tons of like pain and grief. You know, it's like, yeah, there's an urge to want to feel that pain and grief, and then there's also like, I kind of wish I could like be with you and everybody else, and just let this grief break down. And it's kind of scary to do it here, kind of sort of alone, but sort of not alone.
Yeah, you're not alone here. We're so with you. So with you.
Just want to share. I'm just going to share a lot. Last week I was at Satsang with Marliese, and just as I was like opening up to something just really, really painful, my computer crashed. I couldn't get back on, and it did really feel like this like big abandon, like but it also I also like had to realize like, okay, it's not like, it wasn't personal, it just happened. The story is that it's like something about me, that just warrants rejection and abandonment.
Yeah, and it's not true at all. It's so good to see that story. So good. And how readily believable it is because of the feelings that are there. So like immediately it taps that feeling, and like even though it's the computer going down, it's nothing to do with anyone wanting to abandon you. It immediately feels like, oh, this is because I deserve to be abandoned.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. And it feels that, I've heard so many stories of, throughout my life about how it is me, and like growing up, like really internalizing that, it's kind of like, it feels so real.
Yeah.
And I don't want to carry that anymore.
Yeah, and it's like bringing love to that place, the one that feels abandoned, feels like it deserves to be abandoned. Actually, like, it's sort of like we can't. It's like so hard for us to make contact with that place as it really is, because we're looking through like the shame perspective. We're just like, we see it as like, well, this is bad. We just so believe it.
Yeah.
But it's not true at all. So not true.
Yeah. Yeah, and on some level, I know that it can't be true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, one good thing about the wearing down from the like wearing down of illusions from this virus thing is like, I don't know. It's like I don't worry so much about like sharing this with others. It's like more authentic and real, and it's like, it's like, so what if all these people see that I'm riddled with fear and shame?
Oh, so good.
It's kind of like whatever I thought was wrong with me, it's like getting really raw with it.
It's so powerful to step in like that. So powerful. It's like calling the bluff on all those shame stories. So powerful.
Yeah. I can feel it. Like I can feel it really strongly in my body, and like in my stomach, and
Yeah, these feelings so get to be here. They so deserve loving attention.
yeah.
There's no part of you that deserves rejection, deserves to be abandoned. No part of you. There's nothing unlovable in there. There never was anything unlovable in there.
Like I want to cry, but it would be too much. I've never actually, like, in sharing with you, like, let myself, like, open to the point of crying, and I kind of feel like I want to.
Beautiful, so beautiful. Oh, so good to feel, so good to feel.
You know, it feels like any hope for the future's kind of been erased. And like just kind of maintaining day to day. It's kind of like holding on by this thread, and just hard to see a way forward. And without that, it's like, okay, it's just me here today with all this grief.
Mm. Yeah, we're right with you. So get to feel the grief.
Yeah, I think that's like as far as I can go with the oddness of the online. It's like, yeah, just wishing I could kind of actually, like, physically feel everybody's energy. Like I notice my mind that it's like I see a few people on the side, and my mind wants to say, who else is in the room? Who are the other 30 people in the room, and what are their faces doing? And in person, it's like, yeah, I can kind of feel that out, but I feel like it took some courage to, like, just
Oh, it's so courageous, so powerful.
feel a little bit of that.
So beautiful being with you here. Often when we have an opening like this, the shame will quickly come in and tell us, we shouldn't have done that, and
Yeah.
it's too much. And it's so untrue. It's so beautiful being with you here. This is so what we're here for, to feel all this stuff. It's so good. I so appreciate your courage, your openness. And I really wish, I was with you and could hug you right now.
Thank you. I can feel that and appreciate that. Yeah, thank you, Adam. Thank you, everybody. And I appreciate the few people who sent me a chat message saying that they waited last weekend for me to try and get back on. And I know people did, and I'm sure people did, and I'm sure people felt, felt that. And so, in reality, I kind of did feel kind of held, and so thank you for the people who shared that in the chat.
Yeah, it's really great to notice the reality of love around us. Yeah, because again, shame will have us deny that. Will have us go into all this stuff about how we're unlovable and people reject us, and yeah, it's so false. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much love to you, Brian.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Who's next, Sarah?
Next we have Brian.
Oh, Brian just went.
Brian, sorry.
Or is it
Brian.
Brian?
It's not Brian, it's Ryan.
Oh, Ryan. Ryan.
Yeah.
Great.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, at least initially, I'd like to keep my video off.
Okay.
It's my first time with you and kind of feeling into the safety and letting myself acclimate to you in this container.
Yeah, beautiful to let yourself just sort of sink in here.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like letting our bodies discover the safety.
Yeah. I feel softening as you say that. And just I feel like it's like I'm standing up for my body and for my right to kind of go at my own pace.
Yeah. So important. So good to give ourselves what we need, what nourishes our system. Yeah, and to be listening that closely, you know, so we're not, you know, not going to like all the beliefs about what we should be or shouldn't be or what a spiritual person is, but just like listening closely, what's actually true for us right now. What's nourishing for us right now.
Feel a little touched in my heart. My mind was imagining just different scenarios of testing you or like pushing boundaries or something. And letting myself actually feel, like, what is this actually like? What is the safety that's actually here? Can I take in the nourishment that's here?
Yeah, it's like really trusting our own system, trusting its intelligence. It knows what it needs.
And that touches a grief of all the times that I overrid my own inner guidance. And I can feel that the pressures that would come up to, it's like, just jump in the deep end and do what other people are doing. And so many times I would just push myself to some cathartic experience that I imagine was healing, and just feeling exposed and kind of traumatized from overriding myself.
So beautiful to feel the grief there, the remorse. So notice how harsh we've been with ourselves.
I can feel a part almost like just waiting or just slightly expecting some harshness or waiting for some harshness to come. And so there's just a little bit of unguardedness and just habitual suspicion.
I just love the way that you're just sensing these places. Just like so willing to feel them. So sensitive, so soft. Not making any demand that they be different. So beautiful.
I feel just noticing the vulnerability of dropping into more safety, almost like my system is familiar with unsafety and scared to trust the safety.
Yeah, for so many of us, this is, what happens as we open. Like we get to feel the vulnerability. As you said, like acclimatizing to it. So natural.
Feels good to give myself space. Where to get to.
So what did you say last?
There's nowhere to get to.
Yeah.
No pressure to Nothing happened.
Mm. Yeah, it's so great to realize like how awareness demands nothing of us. So much space for our unfolding. Nothing we have to be, nothing we have to become. So lovely to let ourselves settle into the space of no threat. There's no threat here. Nothing needs to be done.
Feel a gentle softening in my belly.
Yeah, we really get to land right here.
I had this image of the scared one sitting on my lap. There's a thought like, what if we're scared for the rest of our lives?
Sorry, what did you say there?
And then there's a thought, what if we're scared for the rest of our lives? And I feel like an invitation to allow the possibility of being with this fear for the rest of my life. And could that be okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we never have to abandon this place.
Hmm.
So deserve to be loved here.
and feeling into the possibility of turning on my video.
Mm.
Letting it be okay not to.
Yeah, you're totally at choice. Nothing you should do or should be.
Mm. I feel a gentle integration of a kind of strength, of reclaiming my own sovereignty and choice.
Mm.
Feeling the pull of imagining what others want or what I should do, and just bringing it back, like gently bringing it back
Mm.
my center.
Yeah, so beautiful to feel that. Now you get to be here without apology. Not having to manage anybody else's experience.
Mm.
Yeah, it's beautiful to feel that sort of vertical energy.
Mm.
Like
Even though
rest.
I'm reclined, I
Mm.
can still kind of feel that.
Yeah. It's like resting in center.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, I really appreciate you sharing with us, Ryan. Feels like you've sort of guided our meditation here. Yeah, really
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Mm. So good. Mm. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. I really appreciate being with you and your way.
Mm. Yeah, I really appreciate your way.
Hmm.
Lovely accompanying you.
Thank you.
Is it okay if we take one more, Sarah?
Absolutely.
Who's next?
We likely have just one person waiting, and it's Carrie. It's perfect.
Carrie. Right. I can't hear you, Carrie, I don't think.
No, not at all. Ah,
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit. It's very, very quiet, though.
a little bit? Okay. I'm not sure what to do about that.
It's a little louder now.
Okay, is it loud enough?
It is now, yeah. Yeah, when you're
Okay.
speaking.
Okay, I'll just speak up. Anyway, thank you very much. I've had quite an experience during this time, and it changed quite a bit when I decided to open my eyes.
Mm.
And it's not as strong happening, but I wanted the experience of just of experiencing your gaze.
Mm. Mm. What's happening for you?
Well, I'm crying, and so that obscures my view a little bit. And then it's hard to kind of lean in and stay present
Mm.
and open, I guess. So I keep working with that.
And just to allow the natural rhythm of it. It's like there's always a sort of dance with intimacy, like that leaning in, like moving back, leaning in, just to allow that to have its own rhythm. Nothing that needs to happen. No fixed position we're looking for. And you can notice how the connection is happening at many more levels than just the eyes as well.
allowing the kind of fear to settle around that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so beautiful giving ourselves space like this. Yeah, just allowing the fears to move, to unfold however they want to. It's like no pressure.
No pressure, but it feels like a lot of pressure, you know, it to be open in the funny digital presence of another, even.
Yeah, and just to totally let yourself be closed as well. You know, like it's like there's no pressure, there's no performance required. It's like the permission to be closed, to be shut down, to be in our own space, not connected. It's like it's totally valid experience. It's like from that permission, then we can genuinely connect with other people, you know, without the push.
Well, the experience of not being present and opening is I guess I want to say causing a lot of pain, but
Yeah, and just to let yourself feel the pain. Again, without making it wrong. It's like it just so deserves that loving attention. You know, it opens in its own way, it softens in its own way. It doesn't need to be forced to be different. There's no way that we should show up. There's no way that we should be in this space. Whatever we're experiencing is totally valid. And totally deserves this loving attention. What are you noticing?
what am I noticing?
Yeah.
Oh, that I could feel my belly, like a connection through my belly or my hara, opening a little bit.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's just like lovingly present to the natural unfolding, but however it unfolds. Like as soon as we try to grab an experience, it becomes a problem, you know? As soon as we try to resist what's there, it's a problem, you know? It's like we're just letting it unfold. It's like so natural. It has its own intelligence.
I appreciate having this time to experience the flow, the ebb and flow. Thank you.
Yeah, really lovely connecting with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just so grateful for getting to be with you all here. So beautiful. can really feel your presence, can feel the field that we're sharing.